The Heart of Asia conference has started in Islamabad. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj is representing India at the conference and has become the first minister from the Modi government to land in Pakistan. She'll be meeting Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif in Islamabad today. Swaraj's visit marks the first significant engagement between India and Pakistan since Modi and Nawaz Sharif's meeting in Paris and the meeting of national security advisors of both the countries in Bangkok. Meanwhile, Pakistan's terror proxies continue to target India. Major terror strike was averted in Srinagar after security forces gunned down two terrorists planning attacks.
Or deep people-to-people sets of relationship. Unfortunately, recent events in Pakistan have forced us to host close to 350,000 to 500,000 of Pakistani refugees in our soil. The refugee issue is a common issue like other issues that confront us. I had begun with Allama Iqbal's poem, so instead of reading it in English, allow me to read it in Dari. آسیا یک پیکر آب و گل است، ملت افغان در آن پیکر دل است، از فساد او فساد آسیا در کشاد او کشاد آسیا. As the Prime Minister earlier said, Asia is a body of water and earth, of which the Afghan nation is the heart. From the discord of the heart, Asia's disorder, from the concord of the heart, Asia's accord. What is the status of discord in accord in the heart? And what is Asia's impact on us? Last year in Beijing, I spoke of four transitions: the political transition, the security transition, the economic transition, and most significantly, a transition to turn the culture of the state to being citizen-focused. In terms of the two main themes of this conference, let me take very quick stock first of what we've been able to do during 2015 to establish regional cooperation. Afghanistan is becoming firmly anchored in Central Asia. I want to express our gratitude to the government of Turkmenistan for having taken a cluster approach to the development of infrastructure and linkages. Turkmen railways, transmission lines, highways, gas pipelines and oil pipelines are reaching Afghanistan, and imminently we are going to inaugurate the Tapi pipeline in Turkmenistan. This is a very significant transformational event, and hopefully also with His Excellency the Prime Minister, we will sign a 500 kV transmission line from Turkmenistan through Afghanistan to Pakistan, which would significantly change the energy picture in both of our countries. With Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan on the one side, in Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan on the other side, two major other transmission lines, respectively called CASA 1000 and 2000, are moving from ideas to implementation. We are also extremely pleased that the port of Chabahar, jointly invested by Iran in India, is moving from conception to implementation and the related railway structures. Also with China, the 5 nation agreements on railways and related sets of connectivities is rapidly moving. In short, Afghanistan is rapidly moving towards regional integration, towards Central Asia, East Asia, and West Asia. By contrast, our ambitious projects of cooperation for transit and for linkages through Pakistan have still remained at the level of conception, in aspiration. I hope that this conference would result in significant movement on this domain.
All right, what you saw right now, we'll go back to those pictures while we stay on this coverage. What you are seeing right now, these are pictures, that's Ashraf Ghani, the President of Afghanistan, speaking at the Heart of Asia Summit that is taking place in Islamabad at this moment. Let's go across to our two correspondents tracking each and every detail of the other most significant part of the Heart of Asia Summit is what is going to happen on the sidelines. Let's go across to Smita Sharma at this moment. Kaswar is with us. Kaswar Kalasara joins us on the phone line. Kaswar, this meeting that is scheduled to take place between Sushma Swaraj and Nawaz Sharif, can you tell us a little more about when exactly is that meeting going to take place and what really is on the agenda as far as Pakistan is concerned?
Yeah, definitely. You have rightly stated that Ms. Sushma Swaraj will be meeting Prime Minister of Pakistan, and then there would be a press talk with the media, local and international as well. But what we talk about on agenda, that is the only single one-part agenda, that is to make the things forward to resumption of dialogue and vice versa. Definitely, we are told by our sources that the meeting could discuss the resumption of the happening of Pakistan and India cricket series as well, and this would be the beginning of resumption of dialogue between Pakistan and India. So far, we are told that the meeting has single-part agenda to discuss the resumption of dialogue between India and Pakistan, where they have left in OFA as well.
Be any discussion and commitment on the part of Pakistan on clamping down on terror or not? Or Pakistan is only interested in talking about Kashmir, only about a composite dialogue, only about playing cricket? There's another significant bit to this relationship. That is a complete clampdown on terror.
Yeah, definitely. It's a significant development, and credit goes to both sides, Pakistan and India. Pakistani side is not only willing to terror and Kashmir issues, but they are willing to make the mood for making forward the resumption of dialogue, complete comprehensive dialogue, which includes they are definitely willing to talk on terror, on Kashmir issues, and vice versa. So definitely, as you have rightly stated, that it's the happy beginning, it's the beginning of resumption of dialogue, and definitely two sides are will be holding talks with open heart, and enthusiasm is always over there in such type of meetings.
Absolutely. Let's go across to Smita Sharma also now, who joins us from Islamabad. Smita, can you take us through Pakistan's strategy? First, the strategy of the state actors, and then the strategy of the non-state actors, because you have a difficult situation as far as India is concerned. On one hand, there is dialogue, and then on the other hand, you have terror which is being perpetrated.
You know, while we do raise all these questions in our studios and, of course, through our broadcast, Sanket, and, but very interestingly, let me also tell you, somebody like the National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval, who's been such a former, intelligence head and a hardcore, in fact, intelligence person, he has been somebody who's now actually been a votary of dialogue with Pakistan. He has been in continuous touch with the Pakistani envoy to Delhi, Abdul Basit. He's been calling him up, meeting him up, and it's been an interesting turn of events over the last few months. So there is a sense, perhaps, that while, yes, Pakistan with all its complexity, this is a country, remember, which even the US has not been able to crack, for the kind of foreign aid that really flows in from America, that's not to be matched by anybody else. But despite that, they are not able to really crack the whip on Pakistan. They're still trying to find a formula as to how to set Islamabad right when it comes to dealing with terrorism and its double standards. And this is something, look at Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani. When he came to power, he really gambled a lot in his security agencies. Actually did an entire agreement with the Pakistani ISI. And what happened? There were those series of blasts. Ashraf Ghani said that I took a political gamble and it essentially backfired on me. But today you also have a situation where Ghani is back to attend this Heart of Asia conference in Islamabad and sitting across the dialogue table. So I think this is the Pakistani conundrum is something that all the countries across the world are finding it very difficult to solve. Even the Pakistani civilian government itself, due just before, in fact, his meetings, before Sushma Swaraj calls on Nawaz Sharif, yesterday Nawaz Sharif had an hours-long meeting with the army chief here. So one can only hazard a guess as to what the deliberations were really about. But in terms of the state actors, non-state actors, the dialogue process, I guess there is a sort of an agreement across the countries, across the world, that despite the kind of terror that we see playing out on the grounds and who is to be blamed for it, you also need to give dialogue a chance, and that is what we see happening here in Islamabad.
All right, Smita Sharma, many thanks for joining us, and also Kaswar Kalasra. We'll come back to you to get all the latest from Islamabad. Remember, those bilateral meetings are scheduled. It is likely that Sushma Swaraj might also speak at the Heart of Asia Summit. We'll come back to this story in just a short moment. Some breaking news coming in.